To do our next problem, it says the Polynesian Triangle is a triangle formed by three island groups in the South Pacific region known as Polynesia. The approximate coordinates, or you can read those. I want to know what kind of triangle is formed. Well, to find out what kind of triangle would form, I need to know the sides because I don't know any angles. So I'm going to go from Auckland to Hawaii, and we're going to use that distance formula. So from Auckland to Hawaii, let me highlight those for us. So Auckland is at negative 40.9 and 174.9, and Hawaii is at 21.3 and negative 157.9. So I'm going to say 21.3 minus a negative 40.9. We're going to square that. And then I'll say negative 157.9 minus 174.9. I'm going to square that. So from Auckland to Hawaii, so I'll take 21.3 and I'll add 40.9. And I'll get 62.2. And I'll square that. Then if I take 157 or negative 157.9 minus 174.9, I'll get negative 270.6. And I'll square that. Well, at this point, I think I'll just use my calculator. So I'm going to take 62.2 squared plus 270.6 squared, and then I'll take the square root since it's such a big number. I'm not even going to write my square root. I just decided there. And when you do that, I get about 338.6 miles from Auckland to Hawaii. Now, let's turn around and let's do Auckland to Easter Island. And I noticed that coordinates didn't work out very nice there. So I'm going to do Auckland to Easter Island. Call that A to E. So I'm going to take negative 27.1. Whoops. And I'm going to subtract 40.9. And I'll square that. Plus, let's do the y's, negative 109.4. And minus 174.9. And I'll square that. So if I take negative 27.1 and I subtract 40.9, minus 40.9, we get negative 13.8. That can't be right. I noticed I just forgot to put my negative in my calculator. So, negative 68. Probably could have done that mentally by the time I put that in my calculator. Okay, squared plus, if I take negative 109.4 and I minus 174.9, I'll get negative 284.3, and I'll square that. So I'll square each of those numbers, add them together, and take the square root. I get 284.6. And notice it's not isosceles, is it? Well, can't say that for sure. It's not equilateral. I know that for sure. Then finally, let's do Honolulu to Easter Island. We're going to go through the same steps again. So we take negative 27.1 minus 21.3, and we square that, plus negative 109.4 minus negative 157.9, and we square that. Okay, let's do a little bit of the calculator work together. So if I take negative 27.1 and I subtract 21.3, I get negative 48.4 squared. And then if I take negative 109.4 plus 157.9, I'll get 48.5. I'll square those two together, add them together, and type that in my calculator, and I get 68.5. Notice none of these are the same, so we classify the triangle formed by these island chains as scalene.